Robert Livingston speaks.
Who's the best. I think each week you want to look at who you're playing, number one, and say, okay, hey, let's make them play left-handed, right? That was kind of the Bill Belichick thing, who's the best that's ever done it. So if you can take something away, I mean, you hear Coach Prime talk about it all the time, hey, take away the first option. If they beat us with the second one, when I get in the truck driving home, I can feel good about it. So, each week it'll look a little bit different, but with the main thing being the main thing, hey, look, let's put our best players in position to be successful and let the chips fall where they may. Who's the best.
He wanted it. He was during the start calling. He wanted it. He was prepared for it. It's not a chance that I took with him. It's an opportunity that I gave him, and he seized it. You talking about a guy that was built for this. Rob Livingston will be a head coach, and I mean a head coach real soon. Rob Livingston is not only a good person, great father. I'm sure he's a great husband to his wife, but he's a great dude, man. And the kids migrate to him. The coaches migrate to him. He wanted it. He was during the start calling. He wanted it. He was prepared for it. It's not a chance that I took with him. It's an opportunity that I.
He said it's an opportunity what he took with Robert Livingston, but we seen at the game what happened, and it's only things that are going to be transpiring over and over again. Now, to be in full context, let me show you the video of what actually transpired. I don't want to make it look like everybody else who made it look like Coach Prime. He blew his top off, but he was mad. As you see in the video here, Coach Prime got to look at Robert Livingston be predictable over and over with his generic defensive scheme. What can Coach Prime do after a while? He's defended his coordinators. He's taking the blame. He starts with self. We got to start this video the right way, guys. I'm losing my voice a little bit, but I'm about to go in. Salute to everybody else here watching. I am DJ Bless One, the best one.
Heart been broke so many times, I don't know what to believe. Mama say it's my fault, I wear my heart on my sleeve. Niggas bless up on my.
So, salute to the YouTube family. Colorado football fans, that loss against Utah Oats was embarrassing. I mean, the Utah Oats destroyed the Buffaloes 56-7 that we know about. And if you were watching closely, you saw Deion Sanders, a.k.a. Coach Prime, completely lose his patience with defensive coordinator Robert Livingston on the sidelines. He went on Robert, and honestly, you can't even blame him. I've been talking about that redundant defense over and over for several years now. This was one of the worst defensive efforts we've seen in the entire Coach Prime era. I mean, that team looked lost, out of position, and lacked energy from start to finish. Now, we can talk about Pat Schumer and his predictable bubble screen offense, but I'll do that on a separate video because I'm not going to clump both of these watered down coaches on one video. Nope, they don't deserve that. They deserve their own video for this particular case. Work with me. The worst defensive effort in Coach Prime's era that we've got to witness when a coach like Deion Sanders, a Hall of Famer who built his entire legacy on defense, gets this mad at defensive coordinators, then that tells you the situation has deepened inside that locker room, and it's way deeper than a loss. That 57, 56 score, whatever you want to call it, it looks bad, but let's just go deeper into this video. It's something even more that you got to look in depth on. Now, let's keep it real. Robert Livingston defensive unit looked unprepared. Utah exposed every defensive weakness that was possible to expose. I mean, you've seen it, bro. And it's like, I knew about these flaws that we had, but for people who don't even watch football to tell me, my God, bro, is this the defense? And I'm like, they've been bad like this for 3 years now. If we're being real and honest, they ran through the middle. Utah hit very much all the explosive passes, and it looked like Colorado had no adjustments. I've been told you about our overrated cornerbacks. No offense to McKinney and all these guys. They're overrated. They get blown past through the entire game and have one highlight, maybe an interception or a deflection, and they start joviating and celebrating. And it's like, what did you guys really do? Why are you celebrating on any given assignments? And it's like no adjustment out there on the field. Now, Deion Sanders kept yelling and demanding accountability, but the body language from his players said everything. Like, you seen it, bro. Like, I don't mean to giggle and laugh, but the body language told me, bro, them players ain't listening to Coach Prime no more. You know, the way I respect Coach Prime, you can hear it in my voice, man. Some of these dudes on their Instagram who's been talking, bro, I can clearly see it was just a move for the NILs or the new, landscape of college football. You go to Colorado, you get some motion, and that's exactly what we seen happen. So when Coach Prime was demanding and yelling for accountability, the body language from his players, it just was different from the guys of previous years. I told you, counterfeit Louis bags were everywhere. So when a head coach who has to constantly correct basic assignments on the sidelines, not just coaching, that's a leadership crisis. And it's not that Coach Prime failed as a leader. Well, you can say that too. I can understand that part, but it's more of the people and the personnel you put around you when you were going through your little scare at the hospital. You know what I mean? We all know what Coach Prime was going through. So those said-so personnel's in charge were not really leadership-like. It's just being honest with you. So it's time for Deion to clean house. He needs to start firing people who don't fit the part. This is not time for favoritism or we'll fix it later or taking the high road and saying more things. Let me play that video because we know you're a great man, Coach Prime, but we don't need to hear no more of this right here.
He wanted it. He was during the start calling. He wanted it. He was prepared for it. It's not a chance that I took with him. It's an opportunity that I gave him, and he seized it. You talking about a guy that was built for this. Rob Livingston will be a head coach, and I mean a head coach real soon. Rob Livingston is not only a good person, great father. I'm sure he's a great.
I'm sorry, all that blase is good for the rhetoric of the media, but in real life, you're Coach Prime. You know what you have to do because you cannot build a championship contender nor a college championship culture at Boulder when coaches under you aren't matching your level of intensity, whatever. I can't even pronounce it right now. That's how much 38 hot I am because I'm hearing so much good things about Robert Livingston, but I didn't think in this football game, in this football world, that's what we were striving for. Who's the best good characters of all? Now, you should have a good character, but that's not what this business is about. It's about who's the better coach. Let's be honest. Deion Sanders has brought national attention and recruits and energy to Colorado football, but that spotlight also exposes everything that's wrong. When you lose 56-7, it's just not, it's just not a loss, y'all. Like, let's just be honest. It's a message that something inside the building that is broken. And Robert Livingston may not survive this season as far as coaching. Now, you got Emmanuel Acho telling people Deion Sanders can't coach at all. You got a lot of you guys saying this, but there's so much other coaches who are way worse, and they're supposed to be by far miles ahead of Deion Sanders and atrocious losses. Where is the same segment for them? It doesn't exist. Now, Emmanuel is the same guy who was kissing tail on Coach Prime and saying Coach Prime is a great coach.
Yo, there's so much to talk about in the speakeasy tonight. Number one, Steven Jackson tried to come at me. Public service announcement. Deion Sanders can coach. It's no longer just sizzle. It's officially substance. Public service announcement. Deion Sanders can coach. It's no longer just sizzle. It's officially.
It's official. Coach Prime can coach. So last year, even if it was a fluke or not, in his second season, he does good like this and you guys dismiss it. He clearly goes through a little scare that put him in the hospital, then went through several other situations like that, and he doesn't get to use that as an excuse. But all these other redundant coaches like a Dabo Sweeney or a Luke Fickell, and we can keep going with way more, by far 10 times ahead of better roster than what Coach Prime has in Boulder. And you guys scave away and give these other coaches nothing but frivolous excuses. So if I'm Coach Prime, I'm just saying he's going to have to keep taking the hits for guys he defend like Robert Livingston. Let's just be honest about it. Robert Livingston may not survive this season, and frankly, he shouldn't. There's no excuse for a Power 5 defense to look like that unprepared, bro. In Week 10, Deion Sanders' message after the game was clear. He said some people don't deserve to be here. And that wasn't just directed at the players. That was aimed at his staff. At least that's my interpretation. I could be wrong. Now, Colorado needs an identity on defense. Too many of these coaches look scared, to challenge players or make bold adjustments. Or if they do make bold adjustments, it's really not at privy to certain coaches like Coach Prime. It's their own little tours that they're trying to build and play with, i.e. contending for their future aspiration in coaching. Their own resume. Look, man, you guys picked me up. Look what kind of schemes I got, even though his schemes has been predictable for 3 years now. I like being honest about this, guys. Robert Livingston should have been fired last year, but it's a feel-good story at Colorado. So any criticism you say right now, you're against the system. Nah, I support Colorado so much and Coach Prime that I'll tell the truth of what needs to be said. Robert Livingston can't be here anymore. We've seen enough, man. And that's where Deion Sanders' fire is both his biggest strength and his biggest challenge. You know what I mean? Because when you demand excellence from people who are lazy or unprepared, it will always expose themselves. You know what I mean? Unprepared issues will expose the team as a whole. Coach Prime isn't just mad about losing. He's mad about people not taking his mission seriously. That's why this outburst was more than emotions. It was declaration. Get on my level or get out. Moving forward here, Deion Sanders needs to rebuild his coaching staff, structured in and structured out. Colorado has the talent, but the structure behind the scenes has been shaky. If Coach Prime really wants to take this program to the next level, he's going to have to make some tough decisions. Firing people he personally likes and bringing in proven defensive minds who can stand up to him, challenge him, and match his competitive energy is what's needed. Because the firing part is tough. I get it, but you're running a business / actual foundation here. It's no times for who's the best, nicest person in the world. That doesn't work in the football department. And fans, we've been seeing this story way before this. Every great rebuild hits this breaking point every now and then where loyalty and results can coexist. This has always existed. Now, this isn't the end for Colorado football. It's the moment that defines how serious Deion Sanders really is about changing the culture in Boulder. Because right now, it's time for accountability, and cleaning house starts today. I stand on that. Salute to everybody who watched this video. Let me know how you feel. I personally feel I didn't go in too harsh, but some of this needs to be said, and it needs to be said loud and clear. No more soft shoeing it. No more sugarcoating it. I'm DJ Blessed One, the best one. Love your family. Love your kids. Stay blessed, gang.
Heart been broke so many times.